actual crib that.
I don't
Like
think,
authentic to
I don't think it's
I
authentic.
don't
Yeah.
think
It's
anything
probably
in here
flashes.
is other than
Authentic,
some
just-
pictures, but yeah, this is mainly a museum that's just kinda collected stuff from the county.
What's my hiccup?
Somebody recording?
I am.
I asked because last time I was here.
Here, we
I
gotta
was
get our
picking up
selfie though. Remember, we have to get selfies.
a woman
Oh, okay.
that was, or,
Is it really?
how was it?
She's her.
I saw a woman looking for a child.
Cause
So I also heard a child crying. And
Oh,
the
probably
flume
right.
picked up in here, had some issues over a dead boy.
Hmm.
And I think that's where what's going on now started. It knows, I think that's why you got the little mischief over here. I didn't know there were Bibles there. But it's more or less saying, not scared of it.
Oh, that's what it was telling you before you knew there were Bibles there?
I mean, by messing with the umbrellas, it could have picked anywhere, anything to mess with in this room. Could have picked over here.
Right, with the Bibles.
And feeling negative in the fact that having Bible here didn't even bother.
So where does the energy go if it's not like, is it here now?
Yes.
It's here now, but it just doesn't show itself?
It has shown itself
Right.
to people at times.
But I mean,
Well, when Jeremy and Leanne were
But then
here,
it shows itself physically as well, you know, people have
and
gotten,
Fabian,
get attached to
when
it.
all three of them were up here. I mean, it brought tears to their eyes.
Oh, yeah,
I've never seen Leanne like that before, or Jeremy, or
Were
Fabian.
they in this room?
Yeah.
Now,
And mainly in the
I
next
saw
room over.
Fabian, I think it was, is it downstairs that has almost like a hearth, I think it was downstairs. He got really disturbed down there the first time we came out last year.
Who was it?
Fabian. He
Yeah.
was like sitting,
In the
kinda
corner.
like you are,
Mhm.
right, in a corner and.
He broke down, he was crying that night.
Yeah.
well, the room that's below this room on the next level, last year, me and my two boys were in it, and Terry ran back the tape, and there was a growl.
Mhm.
Remember that growl?
It growling on them.
There was
Yeah.
a growl. We didn't hear it, but you could hear it as clear as day when they played it back. Because
Mhm.
Terry said, "Is that you or any of the boys?" And I'm like, "That's not a human. That's not human."
Mm-hmm.
But it was a growl, and that's that room right below us here.
Maybe that's
With
the
all the
one that-
tools and stuff in
With
it.
all
Yeah,
the tools.
that's the one.
That's
with
where
Fa-
Fabian was
Yeah,
Mhm.
curled up in the corner crying.
yeah. Did you walk into that room last time?
Mhm.
Did you get any feel or sense about that room when you were in?
There's kind of a fear, and I don't know what part of the cabin that was, but I remember picking up,
Is it the tools or the
Indian
room
raids.
itself?
and I picked up on the fear that somebody had while it was happening.
Well, maybe that's why Fabian was brought to tears, not in fear, but, or I mean, not fear like
He
he
was
felt
feeling
up
it,
here,
the
like other-
empath.
Right, right, yeah, exactly.
Can you describe what it looks like?
If I could see it.
What
But
are
yeah, I'm
you-
not seeing it right now.
What are you sensing about it?
I sense a taunting, like,
Like it's taunting us, or
Yeah.
you in particular?
Like trying to intimidate?
oh, yeah, everybody, I mean, it's just,
That's what I, definitely earlier when we were here, the intimidation.
it's kind of got the upper hand right now.
Right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you feel a potential
I
physical
can't say
threat?
that right now.
Okay, okay.
So what happened to the girls?
They just got caught a voice on their recorder. They asked it a question.
If they asked if you died here and it said no.
They didn't touch him or nothing?
Actually, they were getting some physical contact. One of the girls was saying how it's the sensation of walking through cobwebs.
Oh, that stuff, yeah.
And also, one of them was walking downstairs and they felt like the wind blowing through their hair. Now, I was with one other person in front of her. We didn't feel it, but it hit her. But she said it felt like a strong cold breeze and it was blowing her hair.
Mm. So Tony, would it go after people with more faith? Would it go after people such as that, or just the weakest?
Yes. Yeah, it depends on its mood, I would,
Just
Yeah,
whatever?
either way.
Would be, it would probably go after more of the weaker. Say you had someone, I'd be real nervous if somebody with, autism or,
Oh, okay.
really bad depression
Depression,
or
yeah.
something like that, it would hit them first.
The people who've been getting sick, the ones who seem to be getting hit the worst are the ones with pre-existing medical conditions.
I think like in Danny's case, like when you came in and got sick, you happened to walk, it more or less went through you for a second, and that's what causes your
Same thing with that lady this evening.
problem.
Yeah, she never left the car after.
She really didn't. She was fine out there for a while, but she told me that she felt her hand was getting squished. So she walked outside.
From up here?
So why does it pick a room?
I don't think
I'm
it's
gonna guess
just
that
necessarily a
there's-
room.
It's just not here, it's not just here,
It will go anywhere.
but it seems like this room is what
It's
people get
defense.
sick in.
I'll tell you, there's a big, they pick up a lot of energy between, like from here, like it can shoot into that room. From the corner of that room, almost a diagonal. I see it moving that way a lot for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, that's where last time that shadow figure ran from that room into this room. Remember that, Terry?
Yeah. These 3 rooms are all active. In that room, I've sat in the doorway while facing into that other room, the suicide room, and you could feel cold air rushing past you. And the other thing is you could feel seismic activity in the floor. You could feel the floor shaking.
How are you feeling,
Dizzy as hell.
Danny?
That's me too. That's what I told Dad.
Dizzy as hell. My stomach's bothering me a little bit.
Yep.
It's not affecting me.
And I'm almost to the
Me
point
neither.
of getting up and walking out.
We haven't been with you guys real long, but, cause I don't remember what happened in here last.
Well, Danny, you talked to Fabian and Leanne that last time here, right? I mean, you guys talked for a long time after that,
Yep.
because from what they explained to me, they both kind of saw the same thing.
Here's the thing, when Danny got sick, I was standing about 10 feet from him. I knew that there was something in the room at that time because I could feel it. I call it the room coming alive. But I'm not getting that right now.
See, I did as soon as I walked in.
Yeah.
Did you really? Tony, can you pick up anything around him or Krista?
I got something about saying you caught it on tape.
Tonight?
Says it was
that what they recorded?
Ball of light, not tonight.
Remember, Terry, that he followed, something followed us from here to Tri-County also. Remember how he would said,
The rodent of light.
yeah, well, he kept on referencing back to here also. It made several references back to Potosi.
I'd never seen that ball of light like that though anywhere else except Tri-County.
I seen that ball of light, and I think it
Yeah.
might have been you guys that also seen it. Was it in the
Oh.
basement?
Looked like, well, we were
A
calling them
blue
little,
ball.
yeah, we were
Yeah,
calling them little,
it was with you guys.
mice lights, we were calling them.
Yes.
And we seen it twice,
Oh,
correct?
yeah.
One
Jeez.
was kind of far over, and then
One
right
was
by
right-
his camera,
right by
right,
his-
right by his camera.
Tony, you got something bothering you over there?
Like a swirl.
Are you
I'm
dizzy?
telling you, it's got like
Anybody got
a,
a
I wanna say
flashlight?
portal,
Yes.
like a portal that goes through here.
Was there ever a door there earlier?
I wonder if it goes into that damn closet I was talking about, is this right cat straight across into that?
Do you wanna open up the closet door and see
I
if
don't
there's
wanna
anything in
open
it?
up that damn closet.
I will.
I will, if you tell me where it is.
Hey, are you all right, Tony?
Yeah.
You just got a weird look on you, did he?
I'm trying to think.
Okay,
No, with the swirl, I was
They
wondering.
even put a picture in front. See, but this is
Yeah.
not going the same way that Tony's sitting in that closet.
Do they know for sure Flynn killed himself?
I personally think it's murder for several reasons. Here's my reasons. One is, when you shoot yourself, you don't shoot yourself in the heart. The second thing is that he was supposed to have stolen a good sum of money, which was gold back then, and they never found it. The money was never recovered. That's why I'm kind of suspicious that since it was never recovered, that he was probably he was probably murdered. Probably the fall person.
I think you're right.
The other thing is there was no suicide note. It's like there were too many things that don't fit a person who's going to do a suicide. Particularly, this was a very religious person. That's another strike against that. No, he didn't kill himself.
Yeah. It's this negative energy. There's probably a lot of his crap. It was here before he got here. And it caused a lot of shit in their house. to happen.
Do you think that it could be like a Ronnie DeFeo type situation where whatever it is may have caused
Yeah.
someone to rob the bank and caused the killing?
Or may have caused him to kill himself.
Yes, but I don't think he did. I think it was a murder because if he had really killed himself, he
he
would
just
have
got
left
pinched,
pinched.
literally pinched. Right here.
Was it a real quick pinch or?
Uh-huh.
Hear a whisper.
I-
I mean, right,
Did
as
you
you
say
guys
I
were saying
heard it?
pinch, yeah.
Yeah, I did
It was
too.
right here. It was right beside Terry. I
I
heard a
looked behind
whisper.
me like this. I was like, what? I just heard like a heavy breathing.
Yeah, I did too. Thought it was Krista. Did you sigh?
Oh. Still feel my leg though.
I mean, this is like the third time I've heard that whisper, and it's always while someone's talking.
Male voice or
It-
female?
I can't. I
Too
mean,
many
it
things.
really is a real
It's just like,
breathy
I remember-
whisper.
Was it around when I got pinched though? Because I might have taken a breath. You know what I'm saying? It startled me.
I mean, no, but it was you.
Terry was talking.
Terry was talking, and you had told us she was pinched.
We opened up that closet and there's, it's an old closet, not much of a ceiling on it or anything, but there's a lot of like paintings or pictures and things to hang up on the wall. This is a painting of someone and it's got information on the back. We just thought, kinda,
See if you get any feeling off of that.
That is the spookiest looking eyes.
I'm sitting here freezing. Yeah, it's like I'm getting really cold.
took my gloves for a little while.
I don't think that'll help. It's just like it's through me.
They're warm. My hands been. No.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted to hear?
Yeah. I
The
mean, just,
thing
you were out there.
I can't understand.
The whispering?
If you're wanting to say something, at least do it not whenever not everybody's talking, so we can hear you. It's almost like you're trying to hide.
Yeah, playing games.
Playing
We
games.
don't have time for it.
If you want to talk, talk.
We're here so you don't have to play games, just out with it.
We'll listen to what you have to say, but you need to say something.
Now I felt it the first time there's like a cold breeze blowing past me on my backside.
So what would happen if you started reading some some scripture out of the
I
Bible?
did that when we first walked in.
Did you? And what happened? Nothing?
Nothing. I seemed like I may have got a little nauseous, but I was a little lightheaded when I started. I don't know.
Last time Tony read out of a Bible to a nasty spirit, he was attacked.
Hmm.
Tony, you gonna say
There.
anything?
Did you hear something?
Yeah. Sound like an animal, something running across the floor kinda.
Yeah.
Something's dragging.
No, I think that's a zipper on somebody's.
Something's dragging.
No, I think that's a zipper on somebody.
Something's dragging.
No, I think that's a zipper on somebody.
Something's dragging.
No, I think that's a zipper on somebody.
Okay.
Your opportunity's gonna leave. We're not gonna stay here forever waiting for some interaction or communication from you.
Did this thing have any good aspects? Like, did it really like some people?
Not that I know of.
So maybe
It's
she
kind of-
never went back to
Time
that.
to leave.
Well, you had your chance.
What was that? Who was it that got scratched?
Libby,
Libby?
why'd you scratch Libby? big men here.
And one little guy. That definitely doesn't have time for games.
He's probably scared. He knows better. He snickered over there. Did you get it?
No, I feel like cold Terry was talking about.
Yeah, it was blowing.
It's like it just keeps,
Yes.
I feel it across here, I feel it
Yeah, I
back
think,
here every once in a while.
cause my right shoulder and the back of my neck's on fire.
Mm.
What?
Really?
On where?
Right down the back of my neck there and onto my back, my shoulder blade.
I'll probably turn the light on. Do you have a scratch or something maybe? Can we look at it?
No, but you can feel a pulse in his neck.
I mean, it's on, I mean, it's burning, but Terry's hand felt warm. It's not like,
There's no mark or nothing you can't see, 'cause I can't see.
My hand shouldn't feel warm. It's, I've been outside.
Yeah.
your hand feels warm.
Turn the light back off.
Yeah, my back, down the middle of my shoulder blade feels like it's on fire.
Really?
Which is odd, because if he's putting his cold hand on you and it feels warm, that means your body in that area is colder than his hand.
Well, it's like, is this warm?
Just, I mean, not warm, just, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's
it's
not hot, but it
Okay.
wasn't cold
Yeah.
like I thought it would, cause my
Yeah, I
neck
figured my
is,
fingers feel cold in hell, so.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, and we might suggest that at least at this location,
I can just feel that icy.
really. So it's really taunting you. I mean, it knows that we're talking about it.
You know, it's hearing us basically threatening.
Mm-hmm.
And did you feel that the second you walked into this room?
Not the second, cause I kind of expected that, cause I knew we kind of hide a little bit.
So I
You know,
didn't
the
feel
first time I came here, it hit me right at when I was coming up the steps.
At the entrance
Right
to
as
that
I got to the
doorway?
top of the steps, yeah, it was like, whoa.
Mm.
And I totally agree with you on that. I do not believe the guy committed suicide.
And the thing is his name and reputation was tarnished because of it too.
Mhm.
So not only is he dead, but
He can't save his own name.
yes, his name is fallen because now he's associated with the bank robbery,
Mhm.
which he probably didn't have anything to do with.
Well, the first time we were here,
Yeah,
didn't you
there was people, I could literally hear people opening, it's
sneaking
like they
up
were
on him?
looking for something that he had. It's like they were scared someone was gonna find out that they did it instead of him, and they were searching. I could hear drawers being, and hear voices like, we gotta find it, we gotta find it. But I literally saw them shooting,
Mm.
and so I knew it wasn't
Also, his church, don't they treat them different if they kill themselves?
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know if I was brought up Catholic, and I mean, when you're brought up Catholic, it was like suicide's an automatic ticket to hell. We've kind of ventured I'd say we're more Christian. It's kind of
But for him back at that
For
time,
back in then, yeah.
wouldn't it have affected his burial?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would not have been able to be buried in the church grounds.
Hmm. So he is pretty bitter, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got all these people coming into his spot, walking on his space.
Mm-hmm.
And they're,
That he could protect properly.
Yeah.
and he suffered from some bad depression too. Before he lost his wife, kids. There was one daughter. That was a lot of.
When they were rifling through the place, do you know what room they were doing this in?
That's why I think it goes. It was this room and that room.
This room right here, or that first one that you walk in? Because you've got 3 rooms in a row here.
Maybe that's why it's that corner so much. Because when I'm standing over there in that corner, I can get it a lot more. It's like a wow. So it starts in that corner, this room, and the far one. They went through all 3. But I think, honestly, I think he was hit with something in here, and they chased him into that far room and shot him somewhere around the doorway. Because his energy's real strong around the doorway. As you come up the steps, that hallway, it's like between the hallway and that.
What do you get about the people who killed him?
I can hear 2 guys and a girl
Mm.
talking.
The girl, that's
I can hear one.
so there's a woman involved here too, right?
I think so.
Would you say the woman was as involved or vested in what they were here for?
Mm-hmm.
Heck, she could have been the one that made him steal it.
Could have been put him up to it at the
Yeah,
bank.
put him up to it and lead him on that, hey, you know what, get this money, we can move to Hawaii, and never work again, and in the meantime, she's in cahoots with these other guys.
I literally hear her say, "Get the banknotes."
Mm.
That's what I hear. I think she worked it. The bank.
See, that's the thing is, it sounds like all these people are tied to that bank that got robbed.
Or she was, and he was.
No, he worked there too.
No, I'm saying he was, the girl was,
The girl.
but the guy, maybe the outsider guy, because I think the other guy was an outsider, but he knew, and I think he knew the girl, and probably put the girl up to it to get him to steal it, because them 2 were in the bank. And then once they got the money, they popped him off, and then they left together.
Yeah, because it feels like somehow she was the one that knew. Yeah, because I'm kind of where to look to find this stuff. She'd been in here before.
Was she the one who hid it here? It would kind of
And
make
they wouldn't
sense.
have been looking for it.
It's like she's,
Necessarily, she'd know where to go.
well, she's telling me, like, look through the drawers. I know what's in the drawers. And these guys are just like pulling drawers open all over. I think they busted in on him when he was in bed.
Hmm.
I'd be really curious if, I don't know if there was an autopsy thing done on him, if he had any, because I can almost see him hitting him with something while he's in bed. They hit him first, like,
Well, if you lived here, where would you be in your bedroom? would be the bedroom, that may be like the dining room, and the front room would be like the living room. I bet you this was the bedroom.
So this was a living space here, not more than a
That's
house?
fun. Yeah, if she knew that it was here,
I thought he split it up into,
doesn't that
it was kinda like an apartment building.
make him to have to have been the one who hit it?
Never take like the history tours, because we don't want that information until we see.
Because why would his, say, brother have hidden it at his other brother's home, knowing he couldn't count on him? So why would that stuff be hidden here?
Cause of the girl.
Maybe because that brother who lived here wouldn't be suspected and it would be a safe place to keep it hidden until they needed to get it.
And I'm not real familiar with it, but it's like he was changing his mind. I think it's like they didn't want him. He was gonna do something that was gonna get them caught. And they were gonna find the stuff before it happened, basically. Before it feels like he was going to take, I wonder if he could have maybe found the stuff at his brother's. He had something on them, and it feels like he was going to an authority at the bank. And they weren't gonna let it happen, because then they'd been in trouble. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. That's what it feels
In
like.
the right storyline, I can see it making perfect sense, yeah.
I just know the feelings I get from him, he didn't have the personality to rob, or it just, you know,
That's not him.
no.
But is that him here? Is that him here?
I don't think it's him. It's something that there was a lot of misery in this house, from children dying to his depression to how he left. It's like his soul knew. Did he have a daughter that was living? Like
He had relatives, yes.
because it feels like he was really worried what a daughter was going to think of him. And that's how he left, was now she'll think bad of him. And I don't know if it's because
So he must have
he's
had-
like, being accused of it.
Well, he's being framed so that they can walk. Since it's not, the money's not recovered, they succeeded in stealing it and framing him for it. Does it straighten it out if you can clear this man's name?
I guess it could, but I don't know what it would take to do that.
It kinda sounds like it's hard because this is only part of it.
You'd have to-
Tony's saying it goes all the way
You'd
back
have
to children dying and people having depression. You got all that negative stuff going on, this just seems just to be another layer put on top of it.
Even if apparently there's money missing, and even if you found it, you're not gonna find it, put it there, or
Well, I think the sum was back then, if I'm not mistaken, was 35,000, which is about $1 million in today's,
A chunk of change.
yes, yeah. And the thing is if it can be shown that these guys, and I think one of them was his brother, you know, were living it up with money that they couldn't possibly have.
was there
Mhm.
Stephen?
You know, Jimbo is here. He can check up name references because he knows the,
I suppose I get a Stephen name almost with one of the guys.
last name or first name?
first.
Was Austin associated with this place?
I'd say probably more the cabin part of it.
Yeah. The earliest phase, yeah.
I'm gonna say Stephen Austin.
It's Moses Austin.
No, but his son was Stephen, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, he was. Cause they both, Moses had left it,
Yeah.
well, he was gonna go to Texas but died before.
Sent Stephen down there.
Yeah. So there's like even more death associated with the, Moses died of severe illness. I don't know what the deal was with the, telling me you saw.
Probably just saying, yeah, you idiots,
Well, something
you
about it was
got it
like,
captured.
it was
and
the
you
ball
don't
of
even know it.
light on.
What?
I stood right here and got dizzy in hell.
That was what was affecting Danny. He was getting dizzy.
It's right on the other side of the,
Right in the doorway.
yeah, right on the other side of the building. You still busy?
Aaron, have you ever saw,
I'll stay back here with you if you wanna stay back
Oh,
here.
no, I'm good. I have no fear of being in. Oh,
No, I'm probably too ignorant to have any fear.
yes.
well, sometimes